my name.
DeOndre.
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 DeOndre. The one and only.
When they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this Philadelphia heat or if it's these stories that just got me out here just sweating, just hot. Like these stories are just coming in hot. They coming in hot and heavy and just straight up just blasting. All right. And what I mean by that, okay, because I'm getting really hyped right now. I understand how I am. This is how I get when I get these crazy ass stories that I just see, man. You know, I'm attracted to it like a moth to a flame, or, you know, a bee to honey. You know, I'm really hype about this crazy ass story because I've been seeing it just for these past, I want to say what, 2 days or something like that, day or two. It is crazy. And the story that I have for you, some of you may have seen, some of you may not have seen it. It has been viral a little bit, but not really. You know, it's blowing up a little bit on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. But to catch you guys all up to speed, there's a story that's breaking out about this former Amazon warehouse manager based in Atlanta that was charged with stealing over $9.4 million from that warehouse, man, or just from Amazon as a whole. And her name is Kayricka Wortham. I believe that's how you say it. She, like I said, she's a former manager that was sentenced, okay, to 16 years in prison for stealing over $9.4 million from Amazon. She was only among 7 individuals that were charged in connection with the fraud, okay? So I'm gonna just run y'all down everything that happened as I'm seeing it, because this shit's crazy. I ain't never heard nobody finesse Amazon. Pretty much, she was a manager there. She was a operations manager at the Amazon warehouse in Smyrna, Georgia, right? According to the U.S. attorney, she exploited her position by orchestrating this fraud, right? Fake invoices and fake vendors, right? So this whole thing went on from August 2020 to March of 2022, right? So for basically 2 to 3 years, you know, this whole thing was happening. What she was responsible for, she had the authority to approve new vendors and payments for vendor invoices. She gave fake vendor information, entered it into Amazon systems. She then approved the fake vendors, allowing them to submit invoices. She and the people that she had helping her submitted fake invoices to Amazon, right? Claiming that they had provided goods and services, which they didn't, right? So that they were selling shit on the site, but they actually weren't selling anything. And as a result, Amazon transferred approximately $9.4 million to bank accounts controlled by Wortham and the people that she helped. Like, it was crazy. Like, that is the craziest finesse I think I've seen in a long time. And it's crazy that it's happening, you know, in the Atlanta area, because for years people have been saying how Atlanta is like the capital of fraud. Like, it's like the holy mecca of no good ass motherfuckers. You know, like just the other day I was seeing how they was scamming people out of water bottles. Like, straight up, like little kids was finessing people out of Cash App money selling water. Like, I ain't realize, like, I mean, listen, I was just in Atlanta last year, okay? Beautiful city, you know what I'm saying? But the underbelly of Atlanta, yo, that's crazy. This is insane. So now one of the people that was helping her, okay, her name was Brittany Hudson, right? Now she owned a business contracted with Amazon for package delivery, right? Delivering packages. So they both collaborated to put in millions of fake invoices. Now they used that money that they got to buy all kind of expensive shit. You know what I'm saying? The typical bullshit that anybody would get if they just came across millions of dollars. I mean, she spared no expense. I mean, she went like balls to the wall, just everything. She bought $1 million home, cars, a motorcycle. I mean, just everything, right? Now, some of the cars that she got was a Lamborghini Urus, right? A Dodge Durango, and a Tesla Model X. I'm talking about top shelf, top of the line. Like, I'm swearing right now because this shit is just so crazy. Like, the story is just Like, I need some fucking water. Cause I'm like, yo, goddamn, man. Like, that's like some next level galaxy Star Wars brain ass scheme right there. You feel me? Like, that's absolutely insane to me. She worked with someone who was in loss prevention and a senior human resources manager, and all of these people helped her in this whole thing. And one of the things that I really want to say, right, one of the points that I really want to drive home is, you know, for people who execute stuff like this, right? You could have took this same mentality to scheme and scam and fraud and all this shit, right, at this company, and you could have literally started your own shit, right? I know that's what I'm thinking, and I feel like a lot of y'all are thinking too, right? Like, damn, that sound like a lot of work to come up with this idea, right? Why don't you just do it yourself, right? Well, I'm about to get to that because there's another side to this. Now, while they were on bond, Wortham and Brittany Hudson, they said, you know, why not up the ante? Let's just keep doing more dumb shit. So this is what they did. They attempted to open up a hookah lounge in Atlanta, but they lied to the franchising company about the status of their criminal charges. They forged court documents, manipulated bank statements to basically lie to the company. After all this, she was sentenced to 16 years in prison, and she's also ordered to pay restitution of $9.5 million back to Amazon. That is one hefty ass restitution charge, and she will not pay that back. So I mean, you better off just going to, I don't think Klarna or Afterpay got a payment plan for that, because that's wild. $9 million in restitution? Nah, you can hang it up, bro. They also seized over $2 million in fraud money, along with her home, along with the cars, and anything else that she may have gotten. Now, there was about 3 other people that pled guilty to wire fraud conspiracy, and prison of a felony charge, and they're going to be sentenced at a later date. So we don't really know what's going on with those people, but really the sole focus is on Wortham, okay? That on this chick, because she was the brains behind all of this. And the thing is, she attempted to open up a hookah spot, right? You know, and the thing is, you know, was she attempting to do that to try to, you know, wash the money that she was making from this bullshit? Like, I don't know what the hell was going on, man, but she literally was smart enough to come up with this, or at least, you know, orchestrate it, and was smart enough to delegate to the right people. But at the end of the day, these companies are making millions of dollars, right? Like, Amazon's a $1 billion company. So I understand people's response to it, saying like, listen, like, you know, so what? Right? Like, at the end of the day, they're going to get that money back, or they may never get it back, right? I don't believe they're ever going to get $9.4 million back from that chick, you know, especially with what job, right? With what job? I get that, but it's like, you stole all this money. And also what I've seen is, really, people began to become suspicious of her when she bought that home. That's really what did it for her. Not the cars, you know, not any other that bullshit that she bought. It was really that $1 million home that she bought. And I think it was right up the street from where she worked. So people could see where this house was, and, you know, they're putting 2 and 2 together, and they're like, wait a minute, you know, your salary ain't enough to pay for this crib. Where you getting the money from? You know what I'm saying? So people obviously start pocket watching. And then next thing you know, boom, this whole thing just fell out of everybody opened the closet door and the bones fell out. I mean, that's one hefty ass fraud scheme, man. And listen, something of this magnitude where you raking in millions of dollars, you know, obviously it's not just one person doing it. Like, there were several people in on it. Now, she's the face of it because she orchestrated it, and she was the manager of Amazon, and she was the one that approved all of this shit to go down, from the invoices to the fake vendors, all that stuff. So she had the access to make it happen and actually put the plan into place. But, you know, all the other little henchmen that she hired and henchwomen that she hired, you know, I mean, they just as guilty, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's like, you know, if you're going to do something like that, at least be low key about it, because it wasn't even really the system itself. It wasn't even really the whole plan itself that got her caught. It was really the braggadociousness, right? Like wanting to show people that you got money. That's what really fucked her over. And that's honestly what's going to always fuck you over if you're going to be indulging in bullshit like this. Your need to want to like show off and like let people know like balling like that, especially in a place like Atlanta. Okay. Like I said, I got mad love for Atlanta. I've been there a couple of times. Folk gotta chill out on the wanting to try to up other people and make it seem like they out here living this life that they really not living. $9 million, damn, bro. You had the U.S. attorney looking into you. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, you had the district judges, all kind of stuff. Like, the feds were really on you. Like, that's kind of crazy. And the fact that, I don't know how archaic Amazon systems are. I mean, they seem to be up to par, right? I mean, you know, as far as the delivery services, Amazon has always been like the top. And it's mostly because of that 2-day shipping, right? Like, I don't think anybody can really beat that. UPS can't beat it, but they're a close second, right? UPS, I don't think I've ever really had an issue with UPS. And then everything else, FedEx, post office, you can forget it. When it comes to Amazon, I don't think people are really like upset that she sold this money, right? Like, I don't think this is, you know, because at the end of the day, she didn't really hurt anybody. The only person she really hurt was Bezos, right? She took about $9.4 million out of his pocket, which, you know, listen, you know, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a billionaire, trillionaire, you gonna notice when almost $9 million is gone. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, she wasn't really hurting anyone. You know, in fact, she was helping a lot of people if you really want to debate it. But it was just that her own ego, I guess, kind of fucked her over in this whole thing. Because had she kind of laid low, chilled, stashed the money, saved it, you know, and did something. And I'm not advocating for this kind of shit, but I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, you got to be smart about it. You can't be riding up in Lambos, you know, Urus, you know, this, that, and the third. You might have gotten away with a Dodge Charger. You might have got away with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's, you know, it's not like it's a fucking Rolls Royce or something. But you might have been able to get away with that. But a Lamborghini Urus, I mean, come on, man. I don't know how much Amazon warehouse managers make, but I'm sure it ain't enough to be affording that. You know what I mean? $1 million homes. Yeah, you know, like you kind of fucked yourself up like that. And listen, if I was raking in that kind of bread, I damn sure wouldn't be, y'all gonna have to find me. Serious. You know what I mean? Like I'd be off in the Riviera somewhere, man. Real talk. You know, I'd be a ghost. It's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, there's going to be somebody else with another crazier scheme that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. And it is what it is. But it's just crazy because it's like, if y'all got this much energy to put into this kind of shit, why not actually put it into something that is actually like legal, you know, that could get you that same amount of money, if not more. And you don't got to look over your shoulder. Because you clearly got some sort of mentality up here. If you can think about putting this whole plan together, why not just do it for legal shit? You know what I'm saying? There's money to be made out here, y'all. You know, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. But listen, I ain't gonna try to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk about this because I've been seeing it for the past few days. But anyway, man, love y'all. And yeah, man, peace.